This video will find you exactly when you need to see it. This isn't gonna be one of your quick dopamine, high edited videos. We're gonna sit down and we're actually gonna break down and show you how you're going to create the person that you respect and that you admire. That's what you've been craving. You're tired of feeling stuck, knowing that you're in a reality that isn't meant for you. You keep on trying. You think you have a motivation issue. You think you have a discipline issue. You think that you need to try something else. So you go down the whole self-development route where you try to read more books, watch more podcasts. You don't have an information issue. You know everything. That's why you're suffering, because knowledge isn't power. Applied knowledge is power, because to know and not do is self-torture, because you know exactly what you have to do. You know exactly who you want to be. But why haven't you managed to bridge that gap? That's just torturing you. Knowing that you're not squeezing everything out of life, knowing that you have so much more potential inside of you that is still left untapped. I'm gonna show you how you're finally going to bridge it. Now, you might be successful in some areas of your life, but you've realized something, that doesn't compensate and justify for the other areas that you're lacking in. The truth about being successful, it isn't money, it isn't just having one area is dominating the financial side of it, it's dominating the mental side of it, the emotional side of it. You keep on craving and falling into your emotions. And that's what I'm gonna teach you today. For those that don't know who I am, my name is Brandon, also known as Sunwa. Right now, I'm underneath, looking at the beautiful Eiffel Tower. This is something that I always wanted to do. I wanted to travel the world, have location freedom, make money on my phone, impact millions of people. That's what I wanted to do, but I wasn't doing it. I worked so many entry-level jobs. I worked as a waiter, I worked as a retail assistant, and I just thought to myself that just because I knew what I could be, that somehow someone was gonna give it to me, that somehow the universe was gonna bless me with it. Life is gonna give you what you think you deserve. Life is gonna give you what you go out and actually make for yourself. You've shown yourself that you can make shit happen, but why can't you make this happen? And the thing that frustrates you more is that you see everyone else doing it, and that's what kills you, because that's what I used to do. I used to see people as references. If they can do it, why can't I? And that's when I realized I had to take action. That's the thing that you're lacking, action. It seems very simple, right? Do the thing, but you spend time procrastinating. You spend time overthinking. Overthinking isn't gonna do it for you. Overthinking is just gonna create this backlog of things, and it's gonna drain your energy. It's gonna create mental fatigue. You generally feel tired. Why? Because it's a leak that you have. You need to stop trying to find other things, other habits. You need to start quitting the worst one, because you're trying to fill a bucket that just has leaks. You need to protect your energy. Everyone speaks about it. Why? How do you do it? Because your energy is a fancy word of saying feelings. It's another way of describing your emotions. How long have you been governed by your emotions? Because somehow you're afraid of doing something, or somehow one day you feel happy, the next moment you feel upset. Somehow you never feel ready. The perfect time doesn't exist, because you have to finally decide. All that your emotions are, it's a story that you have anchored to a past experience. And your emotions, all that does, it heavily influences the stories that you tell yourself, that self-talk. And that self-talk, it creates your belief system. And that belief system allows you to take action based upon what you believe, and that creates your results. Now look at your life. Your whole life has been a repetition of stories. That's why your number one goal is protecting that belief system. You don't have a discipline issue. You are disciplined. You know, you go to your job even when you don't want to. Why? Because the story that you tell yourself when you want to miss is that if I don't go, I don't get paid. If I don't get paid, I can't buy the things that I want to buy. So you're already thinking about the story. You're thinking in the future. Why? Because you're thinking of the consequence. Now let me ask you a question. What is it costing you to not take action? What is it costing you to make the same decisions? What is it costing you realizing that time keeps on going by and you have done nothing? There'll be one day where you no longer have the opportunity to change. There'll be a day where now you've realized that 20 years have gone by, you've had 20 years of results or 20 years of excuses. And I'm here to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Because I actually want to challenge you. Because people that love you will challenge you. Because you haven't been challenged. People that view it as an offense are people that want to stay in the same place. And I don't care if you get offended by what I'm about to tell you, because I actually want you to grow. Now listen very carefully to this. You need to stop thinking from who you currently are, making the same decisions, because it gives you the same results. You know who you want to be. You need to have a perfect picture and audit what they will do. Reverse engineer. How would they speak? How would they talk? How would they behave? Why? Because you need to stop acting based upon your emotions. You need to start acting based upon your identity. The only way you're going to do that is by learning how to control your self-talk. You need to learn how to change that internal dialogue. Your internal dialogue has been the thing that's been draining you for so long. Imagine you had a friend who spoke to you the same way you speak to yourself. You're a failure, you can't do it, this person is so much better than you. Let me turn on the light. So all that person does, it drains your energy. It takes away your confidence. It takes away your self-belief system. And that's why you need to learn how to activate the law of presence. The law of presence is understanding that the past doesn't exist, the future doesn't exist, that the only magic, that the magic that you want to happen can only be done with what you do now. And what are you doing now? You're stuck paralyzed in the fear of the what ifs. That's why you need to have a clear direction of where you want to go and who you want to be. And then you just take action today. You don't know if you can show up every single day for the next 365 days for the next 4 years, but you know you can show up today. That's why you need to show up whether you're tired, whether you're upset, because this is where you show the respect that you have for yourself. This is where you build that reputation with yourself. This is why you need to show yourself every single day and build evidence that you are who you say you are. You need to instill positive habits like waking up early, like eating right, making sure that you're in the best shape that you can possibly be. Why? It's not for any external validation. It's to validate yourself with who you are, with who you have. Because when you wake up early, the alarm sounds, you don't want to wake up early, your emotions, they try to tell you to negotiate. That's what you've been doing for your whole life. You need to learn how to hold the line and finally be a man of your word and never break it. The moment you can actually do that, that's the moment you start to get your confidence back. When you get your confidence back, that allows you to take the action. When you take the action, that allows you to stay in a high frequency state and be the person that you respect and admire. If you just do this for the next 48 hours, I promise you that you'll feel such a change in your frequency. And if you're tired of living in the same loop of making the same mistakes and you're tired of doing it alone and you want me to hold you accountable where you can have direct access to me and want me to help you on your journey, message me on WhatsApp where I personally respond to all of my messages. DM me the word ready to see if I can help you out. With that being said, if you like this video, put down in the comment section below what was your biggest takeaway. With that being said, that is Suno out. Love you guys. Let's go.